And that's what part of being a reproductive freedom state means, right? Ensuring that people have access to care.
The director of NARAL Pro-Choice California praising Governor Gavin Newsom's decision to stockpile one of two abortion pills, misoprostol, after a Texas judge on Friday put a hold on the FDA approval of the most commonly used abortion pill, mifepristone, which was approved by the FDA more than 2 decades ago. The judge suspended his own ruling for a week to allow for appeal, which means for now, mifepristone is still available.
I think it should be very alarming to all of us that these rigged courts with judge shopping, that they can undo, right, 23 years, essentially at this point, of FDA approval of a medication. This is unprecedented.
Governor Newsom says the state has secured an emergency supply of up to 2 million pills in case the other pill is ultimately banned by the courts.
So what he's doing here is ensuring that regardless of the outcome in this case, even as it works its way through the courts, the medication abortion remains accessible in California.
Last week's ruling came after an anti-abortion rights group took the case to Judge Matthew Kacsmarik's court in Texas, claiming the FDA improperly approved mifepristone, arguing the pill poses a risk to patients. Judge Kacsmarik was appointed by former President Trump, and before becoming a judge, he worked extensively on anti-abortion rights advocacy.
Is mifepristone safe?
There have been many studies done in over 100,000 women over 20 years showing that it's a remarkably safe drug. Doesn't mean totally safe, but it means very safe.
Making the issue even more confusing, a federal judge in Washington state issued an opposite ruling on the same night, all of which means the case is most likely headed to the Supreme Court. City and county leaders here in LA came together Monday morning at Planned Parenthood in South Los Angeles to reassure Angelenos women's reproductive rights are still protected here.
We are so fortunate that we live in a state like California and a city like Los Angeles where we do not have to worry most immediately about these issues.
For those in support of the Texas judge's ruling, Newsom's decision to buy a massive supply of the other abortion pill is not sitting well.
I think it really is sad that Governor Newsom seems so committed to providing abortion for the entire rest of the country that he's willing to spend taxpayer dollars on stockpiling medication, and also doing it in possible violation of FDA approval. I think it's a sad place to see where his priorities are at.
Jonathan Keller of the California Family Council says the state should spend more resources on adoption services.
To me, it's just sad that it seems like we talk about being a pro-choice state, but it seems like there's really only one choice that's acceptable to Governor Newsom and the legislature.